Is this movie better than Bad Boys for Life? No. This film does have issues. But man, this movie is definitely a bright example of a fun summer movie that came out this year. What is up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. This is Adil Movie Reviews. My name is Owen the Brain Cat, and today I'm going to review the latest buddy cop comedy, and of course that film is Bad Boys Ride or Die. This is the fourth movie in the Bad Boys series, and this film is by the same directors who did Bad Boys for Life, which is one of the biggest surprises of 2020, and this movie stars the return, of course, of Will Smith and Martin Lawrence. When their late police captain gets linked to drug cartels, wisecracking Miami cops Mike Lowry and Marcus Burnett embark on a dangerous mission to clear his name. So yeah, unexpectedly, we got the fourth Bad Boys movie in the series, and yes, I'm a fan of the Bad Boys trilogy. I really do like the first two films. Those films are definitely dumb fun movies, and what's great about those films is the chemistry between Will Smith and Martin Lawrence. They have an excellent chemistry with one another, but man, Bad Boys for Life, I wasn't expecting to have as much fun as that movie as it is. I think it's my favorite out of the Bad Boys trilogy. I thought that movie was directed well with some good comedy, great action, great drama, and an even great villain. I think Bad Boys for Life is definitely a fun action film that I was not expecting it to be good. But now we got a fourth movie, and I'm going to be completely honest. Although I was expecting this to be a fun movie, I was very optimistic. I feel like, do we really need a fourth Bad Boys movie? Honestly, I feel like they did this movie at first to just make money because Bad Boys for Life made a lot of money. So that's why I feel like at first I thought this is a cash grab idea. Even though I do love Will Smith and Martin Lawrence, I think their chemistry is going to be the best part. I was just optimistic because I find the fourth movie very unnecessary. Although I was at least excited for the movie from the trailers, it looks like a fun movie. I wasn't expecting it to be as good as Bad Boys for Life, but I just want this movie to be just a fun movie at least. But man, guys, I don't know how these directors have done it, because seriously guys, Bad Boys Ride or Die, man, this is another good installment in the Bad Boys franchise, and I was not expecting to have as much fun with this movie than I actually did. I think this movie was a total blast. Is this movie better than Bad Boys for Life? No. This film does have issues. But man, this movie is definitely a bright example of a fun summer movie that came out this year. And that is thanks to, once again, Will Smith and Martin Lawrence. Their chemistry together, they have still got it. If it wasn't for them two, the Bad Boys movies wouldn't be as great as it is. And that is thanks to this movie as well. It shows that Will Smith and Martin Lawrence, they are the Bad Boys. They're still awesome in this movie. Their chemistry really does work in this film. I feel like this is a great return for Will Smith after the Oscar thing that happened. This movie still made me love Will Smith again. It brings back his charm in this movie, and I think Will Smith still did a pretty good job in the film. But I gotta say, one of the biggest surprises of this film is Martin Lawrence. To me, he stole this entire film. I'm not gonna spoil his arc in this film. He has an arc in this film. He has a plot point in this film, which is one of the most hilarious parts about this film. And I was not expecting Martin Lawrence to be the funniest part about this movie. Seriously, Martin Lawrence is hysterical in this film. I watched this film in a packed theater. Every single line that Martin Lawrence speaks in this film, laughter comes, including myself. Literally one joke that Martin Lawrence says, I was choking on my popcorn laughing. He stole this entire movie for me. I think this is one of his better performances that I have seen, and one of his funniest performances that I've seen him in a very long time. And thanks to him, I would say out of the Bad Boys movies, this is definitely the funniest. I would even say this is one of the best comedies of the year because the jokes in the film absolutely work. This is definitely a bright example of a fun action comedy because the comedy of the film absolutely works. There's so many great jokes in this movie. And also, the action scenes. The action scenes, no different, is a lot of fun in this movie. Even though I do have some flaws with the action scenes of this film, I still think the action scenes are very well filmed. I think there are some really fun action scenes in the film. Fun shootout scenes, fun chase scenes. Anything you want from a Bad Boys movie, it is definitely there. And those two directors, man, they can direct a fun action movie because every single action scene of the film I had a lot of fun with. But again, this movie had some good drama as well. The chemistry between Will Smith and his son in this film that tags along with the Bad Boys on this adventure, I thought it absolutely works. Scipio, hopefully I say his name right, I think he was a great villain in Bad Boys for Life. And I think he was badass in that film. This film, he's also badass. He had some really awesome stand-up action scenes in the film, which I thought was really cool. But I love his chemistry with Will Smith and Martin Lawrence. It creates some really good dynamic trio. They're really good together, and I do like the chemistry and the bonding between Will Smith and his son in this film. I thought it's really well done in this film. But you know, with the story of this film, it is definitely a lot of fun to watch in this film, and I think the story does work for this movie. It shows there is a reason why we need a fourth Bad Boys movie, and I just thought the story of the film was well done. But you know what? This is definitely one of those movies that knows it's not trying to be perfect. It knows it's not trying to be, you know, the best movie of the year. It's just trying to be a fun summer movie, and Bad Boys Ride or Die absolutely brought that. With some great comedy, great action scenes, the chemistry between Will Smith and Martin Lawrence, it is still there. And the side characters, every single actor, throughout the most part, does a really good job. Some returning actors from Bad Boys for Life, and some new actors too, they all did a pretty good job in this film. And I gotta say, one more thing before I get to my negatives of the film. Reggie. Fucking Reggie. When you watch this review, you know what I'm talking about. He has a moment in this film. That's all I gotta say. But yes, this is not as good as Bad Boys for Life. This film definitely has some issues. One of the cases, even though I do love the action scenes in Bad Boys Ride or Die, there are a certain amount of action scenes that are very shaky cam that you just don't know what is going on. There is a plane scene that I'm not going to spoil. You've seen the trailers. The plane scene is absolutely a bright example of some of the shaky cams this movie presented. There are some moments during the action scenes I'm just like, okay, I don't know who is fighting who. I feel like the action scenes are way too fast-paced than it actually is. It's still a lot of fun. There's nothing wrong with it. But to me, if I would nitpick, there are some action scenes on the film that goes a bit too shaky cam, and we don't know what the heck is going on. And I would say also the villain of this film is pretty much a one-dimensional villain, which definitely took it a step down for Bad Boys for Life, which I think the son in Bad Boys for Life was a really good villain. I think his twist in the film was also really cool in the film. But with Ride or Die, the villain is nothing too memorable. And he's played by Eric Dane. I think Eric Dane is a pretty good actor. I feel like his villain is not as strong as he was in Bad Boys for Life. I just think this villain is just, you know, he's just the villain for Will Smith and Martin Lawrence to go up against, basically. But other than that, guys, overall, Bad Boys Ride or Die, man, another surprise this year. This is such a fun action comedy film. Man, this is another great installment in the Bad Boys series. The action scenes, even though there are some shaky cams, is a lot of fun. The comedy definitely stands out. This is Martin Lawrence's funniest movie that I've ever seen. And out of the Bad Boys movies, this is definitely the funniest. There's so many fun jokes in the film. But Will Smith and Martin Lawrence, they have still got it. Their chemistry is still very, very strong in this film. You just want to see more Bad Boys movies because of them too. They have such an excellent chemistry with one another. The direction of the film is good. I think the atmosphere, the story of the film is a lot of fun. This is definitely a bright example of a summer blockbuster. This film has everything you want for a summer blockbuster. Bad Boys Ride or Die is definitely one of the biggest surprises of the year. I was not expecting to have a very good time with Ride or Die. Even though it does have some flaws, I do think Bad Boys for Life is better. Bad Boys Ride or Die is still a really good installment in the Bad Boys series. So I would say for Bad Boys Ride or Die, go see this film at a matinee price. Definitely a high recommended matinee price. You should definitely check out this movie if you want to see a fun popcorn good time, because Bad Boys Ride or Die will do that for you. So guys, that is my review for Bad Boys Ride or Die. Let me know what you think of this film in the comments below. If you like the film, hate the film, or you thought it's okay. And what is your favorite Bad Boys film in the series? Let me know that also in the comments below. And yes guys, I'm back in my normal background with my camera. I just want to apologize for the crappy quality and audio in my Garfield review and Atlas review. I really do apologize. My camera was getting fixed. Now it's fixed. We're back in business. Make sure you guys follow me on social media links down below. Keep contact with me, and make sure you guys subscribe to my channel for my latest movie reviews and other movie related content. Thank you guys so much for watching, and Bad Boys, Bad Boys. What you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you?
Bad boys, oh, what you gonna do? Oh, what you gonna do when they come for you? Bad boys, oh, what you gonna do? Oh, what you gonna do